you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole!
This year we're going to grab the bull by the balls and kick those punks off campus.
Well, looks like the cows have come home to roost.
Hello and welcome along to the movie show brought to you by Odeon Cinemas. Odeon are doing an offer on tickets to a special screening of Titanic on August 17th. You can bring a pal for free using the code HEART2 on odeoncinemas.ie. Just don't ruin the ending for them. Iceberg, dead ahead. Sorry. This week is a good one. We have reviews of Charlize Theron slapping the shite out of lads in Atomic Blonde and a fierce scary doll in Annabelle Creation. We also have an Atomic Blonde goodie bag to give away. If you can tell us below in the comments what movie Charlize Theron won her Oscar for. I'm joined as always by Dee Malumbi and Brian Lloyd, or we sent him away to military school because he just became too much and they made him shave and now he's totally just going to behave himself, aren't you, Brian?
Yeah, completely.
Brian? You're first paranoid about the baby face.
The beard, yeah, it's weird. Like it's like when after I got it shaved off, I like left the barber and I could feel the wind on my face. It was really weird.
I could feel the wind on my face.
This is it. I could really feel it.
It's so poetic.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the start of a movie show if I didn't take the piss out of Brian.
This is it.
I think you look great. You've got your Phil Collins t-shirt on. You got it at the gig.
Got it at the gig.
You got it at the gig. You're one of those lads.
What's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, What's the problem with that? Like,
Iceberg, dead ahead. Anyway, sorry. Okay, we're going to talk a couple of trailers first of all before we go into the reviews this week. Random as hell. Eli Roth directed remake of Death Wish. Yes. And I just keep thinking of Death Wish 9 and The Simpsons or whatever it was, and Charles Bronson going,
I wish I was dead. Aye.
It's Bruce Willis in the main role, in the lead role in this. Should have been Frank Grillo. Weren't him and Joe Carnahan developing a film version of this for a while?
That's right.
This I know you don't mind it too much. You kind of looked at it, you didn't mind it too much.
Yeah.
I was like, why? I'm just looking at the whole thing going, Bruce Willis just looks smug avenging the death of loved ones.
I suppose, well, see, I didn't see the original, so maybe I don't have that kind of immediate connection to it, but I was kind of looking at it, you know what, it's nice to see Bruce Willis go for a role that he doesn't seem to hate himself in. Because we haven't seen that in a long time.
It's nice to see Bruce Willis go for a role that might be in a cinema.
Cynical. Yeah. No, that's great as well. I mean, I liked it. I was kind of getting, Taken vibes off it, Gran Torino vibes off it. I think that this could surprise people. Maybe I'm being super optimistic, maybe, but, hopefully it'll be good.
What Eli Roth made his last movie was
The Green Inferno.
No, didn't he make a movie with Keanu Reeves?
Knock
with Keanu Reeves. That was mad. That was just mad. Wasn't great at all. So is Eli Roth trying to do this like tour of 90s
genres,
legend action stars like with Keanu Reeves and Bruce Willis? Should have been Frank Grillo in the lead role.
Yeah,
however,
possibly, yeah, because the thing of it is that like you said, Joe Carnahan was involved in this.
Deadly director.
Deadly director.
Deadly actor.
Yeah, and this kind of had a bit of. When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, Eli Roth, yeah, I could see this, yeah. And then I saw the trailer for it, and the trailer, I should say, makes it look like a Taken rip-off, makes
Equalizer.
It look like it's just taking pages out of Gran Torino and stuff like this. And if you go back and ever watch the original Death Wish, it was directed by Michael Winner. It's really disturbing, and it's really violent, and it really kind of got the whole kind of 70s
grime.
Yeah, 70s grime and grit. Whereas this just looks like a kind of a flashy straight to DVD film. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad trailer. I don't know, but I had higher hopes for it than what I saw.
Another one I want to talk about is Darren Aronofsky moving very much into genre territory here.
Yes.
Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, Ed Harris,
Michelle
Pfeiffer. Mother, this trailer is terrifying.
Yeah. I have no idea what the hell is going on in it, I have to say. I know that the basic idea of it is that they're this couple living in this house and suddenly all these people are starting to be invited in, and there's kind of a really random cast. So you have Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, Donal and Brian Gleeson, random, Michelle Pfeiffer, Ed Harris. So yeah, just a bunch of random guys kind of all thrown in together. Some really creepy, weird imagery in there. I think it'll be quite fascinating stuff. I mean, I'm a big fan of Black Swan. I thought that film was absolutely stunning. So I have, high hopes for this one.
It's a cracking cast anyway, Brian.
Incredible cast, yeah. But did you see the poster for it? The poster for it is so disturbing.
The kind of porcelain
holding
doll
a heart.
one?
Yeah, well, there's one with Jennifer Lawrence where she's literally cut her heart open. And has it handed out like that.
Not gonna be a happy ending in this one. Not gonna be a happy ending in this
one.
Then
but then there's another one where there's an entire room on fire, and Javier Bardem is holding this weird globe thing. Just it's like you say, it's just really kind of disturbing imagery, and you know, you have to remember, like, this is the guy that did Pi, who did Requiem for a Dream.
And it's interesting that they're pushing Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan and the advertising for this. That they're saying his last movie was Noah.
Yeah, and then before that he did The Wrestler.
Yeah.
And they were very kind of straightforward films. Well, maybe not so much Noah, but The Wrestler was basically like sports drama. That's it. Noah, kind of like fantasy film, possibly Lord of the Rings. This, on the other hand, I mean, Jesus, I don't even think you could put this into.
So we're looking forward to this.
Oh,
this is
definitely,
October. This is coming out.
Yeah.
September,
because it's soon. It's even sooner.
Yeah.
We're going to see some stuff probably popping at Telluride in Toronto over the next few weeks. So we'll start to get an idea of the reaction to these type of films, because this is generally speaking when the real Oscar contenders and the real Oscar race starts to take shape. So deadly. Moving on to something also inherently creepy, Annabelle Creation, which is a spin-off of The Conjuring.
Yes. The second one, and it's a prequel.
It's a prequel to a spin-off. Now, what I thought was really interesting about this was it's getting much better reviews than the first one. The first one wasn't great at all. Have you seen the first one, Brian?
Yeah, it was muck.
Not great at all. Second one's getting great reviews. The guy directed Lights Out. Anthony LaPaglia, who I think is a really underrated Australian actor. I haven't seen it. It looks fun. It looks like it does what it's supposed to do.
I mean, I have to say, just coming off this, that I haven't seen any of the Conjuring movies. So far we've seen The Conjuring 2, Annabelle, and now this is Annabelle Creation. So it's the fourth movie, but I think it's set before Annabelle. I don't know where it comes in terms of The Conjuring. But anyway, I thought it really worked, you know, as a standalone horror film. I was watching this. It was doing everything it was meant to do. There was like a proper build up of tension. You know, I was definitely jumping out of my seat a good few times. I'm not great with horror anyway, but like I could tell that it was like a really well made film.
Was it built? Were the scares built? Like, was it, you know, it's all about pace in horror movies, I think, sometimes.
Definitely.
And that it's not just a jarring scare, there's atmosphere.
Yeah. And the kid actors in it are just phenomenal. Like, we're going to see them a lot, I think, in the future. They were really great in it. Lots of things I liked about it. Anthony LaPaglia. He was very good. Miranda Otto, who I like a lot. I've seen her in like Lord of the Rings and Homeland and everything. She was great in it. I wasn't mad about, I think it was Stephanie Sigman is her name. She plays the nun in it. And she just seemed a bit kind of modern in terms of characterization. Like, she didn't really fit in with the world, the fact that it's meant to be set in the past.
Yeah.
But that was kind of, I suppose, my only like issue with it. And then it was a bit confusing in terms of the timeline and stuff like that. But still a very good, you know, movie outing.
Would you go and see this weekend, Brian? There's a lot of stuff out in the cinema.
Yeah. I'm not big. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of horror myself either. But I will say I liked The Conjuring, and I liked The Conjuring 2. I did see the first Annabelle. That was muck.
I will say Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson are a huge reason why those. And James Wan are a huge reason why those movies work. Yeah. And why they have worked, and even the last one was really good crack as well. This kind of based in reality, it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
You Wikipedia after, and you're like, not really.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
You were kind of stretching that one there.
But what was cool about like The Conjuring 2, and what I've enjoyed about, you know, I say not just Patrick Wilson and Farmiga, but the fact that James Wan made it look like it was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. He really kind of got that whole grungy, you know, 70s kind of look to it.
You're obsessed with the 70s.
I am, I'm a bit of a nut for it, yeah. But no, he really got he really did kind of make it seem like it was made from that era, you know, that sort of like even the intro of it. I don't know if they did it in Annabelle Creation, but in the Conjuring 2, they have this thing where I think they kind of copied it from The Omen, I think it was, or something where they like froze the screen and then turned it black. It's really weird. But it's really cool.
Insidious was the same as well. Insidious was good crack as well. The first one wasn't until the last 20 minutes or so. Okay, we're moving on to something completely different. And it's deadly because it's another film. It's a big release this week. It's already out in cinemas. Atomic Blonde. The three of us have seen it. Which is always good when the three of us, I think, have seen the movie. This is David Leitch. He's directing Deadpool 2. He was one of the co-directors of the first John Wick. So I was incredibly excited going in to see this because I think he is one, as part of a directing team, was one of the best action directors working today. Brian, you reviewed it for the site. Yeah. You really liked it. You gave it 4 stars. Yeah. I want to go to you first, though, Dee, because you were at the premiere the other night as well. Yeah. It was fun seeing it with an audience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I thought it got a good reception. Yeah.
People were laughing. People liked the fact that Charlize was knocking 7 shades of shite out of people.
It was awesome.
How did you enjoy it? What was your vibe to it?
I really liked it. There were a lot of things I loved about this movie. So I thought the cinematography was gorgeous, the color design, the production design. So it's set in like 1989 Berlin, and it just looks so stunning. And Charlize Theron looks gorgeous, and her costumes are amazing. Aesthetically, this is amazing as well. The fight choreography, the action sequences, everything is like top notch, really just expertly done. There's a really cool like stairwell sequence that like doesn't seem to cut. You remember that one? And it just goes on, and it's so cool. cool. Everything about this movie is so cool. The only thing, and I was talking briefly with Brian there this morning about it, and we both kind of agree, the storyline and the dialogue are not great.
That is a problem, Brian.
Yeah.
For me, I had expectations going into this.
Yeah.
I will say, I had expectations going into it. And I think Leach is, as I said, just knows how to put set pieces together in a very visceral way. The first half is pushing a 2.5, 3-star film. I was like, what's going on? What? Who? Espionage? What? Just kick the shit out of somebody. That's what we want to see. It's a guy directed John Wick.
Yeah.
And then when they do, when David Leitch gets to direct, I think, his film, and Charlize is just pure action star. It's 5-star action.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I mean, like it's real. You know, I haven't seen action films done like this in ever. I think. I mean, the only other film I can think of that has, as you say, like that real kind of visceral, like you can actually feel it, would be something like Die Hard, like John McTiernan, like, you know, that kind of way. But yeah, Charlize Theron, she just, I mean, sells it so well. Like, she really just throws herself into it, and she gets thrown around the screen as well.
Those single takes,
Yeah.
that you can
Amazing.
tell it's Charlize Theron in there.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you can tell that there's no stunt player coming in for her to take the bump. Like, she's literally being fucked up against the wall, like that kind of stuff. Like, really just very, 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 very vicious, very violent as well. And she sells it completely. And you have great actors like Eddie Marzan in there as well, who's in the middle of this, who's a brilliant actor. And then you have, like, you know, Toby
McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy and all these other people.
Toby Jones.
Yeah, Toby Jones and John Goodman and all these other people. But the problem with it is that the screenplay, the story, doesn't make a bit of sense.
Yeah.
It just really, and I was in the exact same boat as you for the first half of the film. I was trying to follow it, wasn't making any sense, getting annoyed that I couldn't follow it. And then as soon as the action kicked off and they just parked the story and just went straight for the action, it was brilliant.
There's a sequence in this, and you talked about the sequence in the hall that we've kind of seen clips of in the trailer.
Yeah.
It goes on a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
It's just like amazing. It's an
incredible.
amazing action
Stunning,
sequence.
yeah.
But at least what kind of really impressed me about Leach in this, in terms of an action sequences, and I really genuinely can't wait to see what he does with Deadpool 2. So there's a car scene, and you kind of see hints of it in clips where it seems like it's one take. And for me, that sequence really blew me away.
Yeah, it's really like the Raid 2. The Raid 2 had a sequence like that. I'd say he probably took some inspiration from it. But yeah, no, I mean, I think had it had a stronger script, or at least a more coherent one, it would have been 4.5, 5 stars, I would have think. Because the guy that wrote this is a guy called Kurt Johnstad, and he did 300. And like 300, yeah, see, there you go. Like 300.
It's lending itself to probably action set pieces and an
Exactly.
aesthetic.
Yeah, that's it. Like 300, you look at 300, it looks incredible. When that was first out, no one had seen a film like it. The action was incredible. The story was muck, but it looked brilliant. And it's the same here as well. It's like 300 in that it has this incredible visual palette. The music is brilliant. You know, it has everything going for it, but the script is just weak as shit. So
I mean, I know it's always our point of comparison, but it's true with John Wick in terms of it's so straightforward and linear. Just his dog is killed and he's going after and he's killing guy after guy after guy to just get closer to the guy who killed his dog. That's all you
That's a really fair
need,
point.
yeah.
I mean, I think that is the bar, because there's a genuine emotional connection there because of his dog being killed.
Yeah.
And there's also, with Keanu Reeves on screen too, Keanu Reeves is just an empathetic character. You feel bad for him. You want him to kind of, no matter kind of what's going on too. But in saying that, Charlize Theron is not an issue here. Charlize Theron is a badass.
Yeah.
She's perfect in an action role. She was awesome in Mad Max as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to next week. There's a lot out next week.
Yeah.
We have, before we have an amazing interview next week.
Are we allowed to talk about
We
it?
are allowed to talk, but the flights have been booked. So
So it's all done. I can't believe it though. We have like it's, well, like, it's your guest, so you
very
well, I
announce
mean,
it there.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's Al Gore. We're going to be talking.
Al Gore, like, that's like
going to be talking to the former. Well, I suppose you would say he's the president, wouldn't you? You would say he's the president. You should be the president of America. You should have been the president of America, given all the shit that's going on in the world right now. Obviously, he's made an inconvenient sequel.
Yep.
Truth to Power. We saw it last week. We're going to talk about it next week. Dee was at the premiere as well. She's seen it too. And yeah, I really can't wait to talk to him, because I think he's a fascinating man, and he's somebody that's very much on the right side of history. There's a lot of talk about legacy and history now, and this is somebody who's fighting Nobel Prize winning fighting to be on the right side of history. There's also a load of movies out as well. The Hitman's Bodyguard is out.
Yep. You went to see that?
I saw that. It's deadly. It's really good crack. And there's other stuff out as well. What else is
The
out?
Dark Tower.
The Dark
and
Tower.
Everything.
The Dark Tower, though.
Ooh. I will say with the Hitman's Bodyguard, and we're going to get to it properly next week. I will say with the Hitman's Bodyguard out and an Inconvenient sequel out next week, the Dark Tower's going to struggle a little bit.
It really is. And like they are pushing it hard. And like all the reviews have been very bad. So
anyway, you can win the Atomic. Sorry, D, do you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying, we'll see.
D wants to win the Atomic Blonde goodie bag.
what's in is there any of them hanging around?
What's in the Atomic Blonde? There's glasses. Dave's doing this. There's glasses.
Is there hats?
There's hats. There's
t-shirts.
It's a scarf.
Can you put one of them aside for me? Because actually, no,
Brian. Competition winners. The person in the comments is going to win it.
All right.
Thanks to Dave and thanks to Charlotte for helping us out this week, folks. And we'll see you Thursday, 9 o'clock next week. We have a jam-packed show. Please join us.
Bye.